Have you ever felt like life is just too much? Like there's so much going on and you don't even know where to start? Me too. It's so easy to feel stuck when things feel overwhelming. But you know what I've learned? You don't have to fix everything at once. You just need to take one small step at a time. So today, let's talk about how to keep going, even when life feels impossible. We've all been there. You know, you wake up in the morning and before you even get out of bed, your mind is racing with stress problems and what ifs. It's exhausting, right? I've been in that place where it feels like no matter what I do, I'm not making progress. And honestly, it does suck. But I've also learned something very important. Big problems don't get solved all at once. You have to start small, and that's the first step. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be something. And you know what? The first step is often just admitting that something needs to change. Admitting that it can be scary. It's easier to just push through, hoping things will get better on their own. But nothing really changes if we ignore it. For me, sometimes that means just sitting down and asking myself, okay, what's one thing I can do today? Not 100 things, just one thing. Maybe it's texting a friend. Maybe it's writing things down. Maybe it's just getting up and going outside for fresh air. Whatever it is, just start. And once you take that, that initial first step, the next one becomes easier. You ever noticed how when you focus on your whole problem, it just feels impossible? But when you break it down, suddenly it feels doable. I remember when I first lost my job, just some time back, it felt like my whole life was falling apart. But instead of freaking out over everything at once, I told myself, okay, just do one thing today to move forward. So I updated my resume. The next day I applied for one job, the day after that another, and little by little things started to change. But that's how progress happens. It's a small step by step. But even when you're moving forward, sometimes doubt creeps in, and that's where mindset becomes everything. I know, like staying positive when life is hard feels impossible, and I'm not saying you should just think happy thoughts and pretend everything's fine. That's not real. But what I'm saying is this: when you focus on what you can do instead of what you can't, things start to feel different. Even on my worst days, and I've had a few in the recent days, I try to find something small to be grateful for. It could be as simple as, hey, I got through today. And sometimes that's just enough. And that's the thing. Every small win adds up. Before you know it, you look back and realize how far you've come. And at the end of the day, we all have challenges. We all have moments where we feel stuck. But no matter what you're facing, remember this: you don't have to have all the answers. You just have to take that next step. One step at a time. That's all it takes. So what's the one step that you are going to take today? Write it down in the comments. Let's support each other on this journey of life. And if this helped you, please subscribe and stick around for more real talk on dealing with this everyday life, one step at a time. See you in the next one.